FIFA, a group of games that have been scientifically proven by me to be the greatest sports gaming franchise of all time. If you don't believe me, think about this. Before FIFA was released in 1993, we had 2 world wars. And because of the release of FIFA, we haven't had a world war since. This is absolute concrete proof. Honestly, I can't remember a time in my life when I wasn't playing FIFA. I would even go as far as to say it was my first addiction. The first FIFA I remember playing was FIFA 13, and everything about that game was amazing. Well, maybe not the graphics. The Ultimate Team was great. The career mode, sublime. And from that point on, I had fully declared my allegiance to EA. But it didn't stop there. Year after year, EA was consistently releasing hit after hit after hit with a few questionable decisions. For example, the entirety of FIFA 19.
I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
Or even the journey mode. And let's just be honest with ourselves here. Nobody played that game mode. Why they kept it going on for 3 years is beyond me. But that's besides the point. Because despite some setbacks, for the most part, I still enjoy playing these games. There may have been a few broken controllers along the way, but that was the sacrifice I was willing to make. Because FIFA was truly great. So someone's gonna have to explain how we got here. In all my years of living, I haven't seen a game franchise fall off this badly. This is truly generational stuff, and it must be studied. See, me personally, I haven't enjoyed any FIFA since like FIFA 21. From that point on, it's just been a slippery slope. But these last few iterations of the game, especially the one I'm going to be talking about today, are like nothing I've ever seen before. FC 25 is a game so disgracefully bad. I genuinely cannot believe that any one of those developers can look at something like this and say to themselves, yeah, this is good. FC 25 is the culmination of everything I hate about FIFA. Menu grinding, bad gameplay. Those are the only 2 things, but they're pretty big factors. And I'm gonna dive into them a little bit because this game personally offended me and I won't let EA get away with this. So let's get into it. Starting with the gameplay. Now the gameplay in FC 25 is tragic. Some of the worst I've seen, but there are layers to the level of bad that gameplay can get. Take FIFA 19 for example. The gameplay in that game was also tragic. I mean, we're talking La Croquetas, first time finesse shots, El Tornadoes to Zlatan at the back post. It was all over the place. But I'd still put that game into the category of entertainingly bad because I was still able to enjoy myself through the absurdity of what that game was. But FC 25, this goes into a category I'd like to call boringly bad. There is absolutely no enjoyment to be had here. I played this game consistently for about a good week and a half, and every game I played was filled with sadness and disappointment. I mean, I'm talking an average of 5.2 disappointments per game. That's a 5.2 XD, an insane statistic. Every year, EA come out talking about we're releasing this new and improved AI that's gonna revolutionize your gaming experience. Who are you trying to fool? We don't believe you. In fact, I'm gonna show some examples of this AI, starting with the goalkeepers. Because at this point, I'm convinced that as the years go on, the goalkeepers become progressively more useless. So it starts off with Ant-Man running down the wing. He crosses the ball in. It gets headed out to Marmouche at the edge of the box. He shoots, and the keeper saves. And so far, everything's looking good. Watch what happens next.
Tremendous work from the keeper. This could square
The goalkeeper somehow manages to miss the ball, not just once, but twice, and somehow ends the play in this position? And look at this, hands on head. He knows what he did. But wait, I'm not done. This play here starts with St. Maximin on the ball, and he absolutely rips this defender, leaving him doing the half splits. And a second later, he's checking his mirrors. St. Maximin goes on to score, and initially, it may seem like there was nothing wrong with his goal. But if we replay this at a different angle and focus in on the goalkeeper, that's when you'll see it. On what planet, on what universe is this position necessary? What is the goalkeeper trying to do? Pose for the cameras? I can't take you serious. There's nary a goal in sight that he's trying to protect. And it's not just me thinking this. Look at the fan reactions. But it's not just the goalkeepers. Watch this.
Well, they're going to be very cross with themselves because that
Goal kick? Goal kick? Goal kick? And the worst showing of gameplay I experienced. So I'm running through on goal. The keeper comes out. I chip him. About to make the score 5-1. And what does my player do?
Oh, it's cheeky.
And yes, I left the game after this. And there are so many other examples of bad gameplay I can show you, from bad passing to weird defending. And this is only in the week and a half that I've been playing. Imagine I played this game for a full year. I wouldn't be alive. Do you know how hard it was just to play 15 games of FUT Champions? I used to play 30 games with a smile on my face. And if that doesn't tell you nothing, I'm sorry, buddy. You're lost. But let me chill, because it's not just the gameplay. These menus are getting outrageous. There is just so much here for my eyes to process. Objectives, SBCs, evolutions, packs. It's too much. It's got to a point where I wouldn't even be logging on to play games. I was just logging on because there was an additional 500 SBCs to do every day, with most of them being completely useless in the first place. And this is coming from someone who hates SBCs. If I could, I'd stay away from them altogether. But that's not really an option because they're one of the main ways of getting good cards in this game. Let me just quickly explain the entire cycle of doing these SBCs. So you get some cards, you do an SBC. The cards you get from the SBC rewards aren't good enough, so you put those cards into an SBC. But then the SBC you just did also doesn't give good enough cards, so you put those cards into an SBC. So then you rinse and repeat until you get that one good card, and then you realize that that one good card was not actually good enough for you. So then you carry on doing SBCs for the rest of your life until you realize your entire existence was a lie, and you jump off a bridge. Speaking of cards, why so many? I mean, you can close your eyes for a good 5 seconds and EA would have already released 7 promos. And most of these don't even make any sense. Like, can someone tell me what a future stars icon is? What future are we talking about here? Or maybe the Ballon d'Or cards, who you'd expect would only include players who have won a Ballon d'Or, right? But in the 17 players who were awarded this card, there's a grand total of 2 Ballon d'Ors between them. And EA have just continuously released high-rated cards like this, completely destroying the market. I packed this Turkey during the League 1 team of the season, and I was expecting at least 400k. He's not even touching 80. So even endgame looking cards like this are worthless. Finally, I want to talk about some of these packs, because these are great examples of prime icon levels of finessing. You see, back in my day, packs were normal. I'm talking gold packs, mega packs, ultimate packs, regular stuff, and none of them being over 100k. So tell me why I'm now seeing packs worth over 500k or 4,000 FIFA points. That's 30 pounds. In this economy, how greedy. But let me chill. Honestly, I don't know if this game's gonna get any better, especially because EA is already getting enough money from people willing to spend more than just the initial prices of the games. So all they have to do is carry on releasing new cards and new promos while leaving the gameplay on the back burner, leaving those of us who actually enjoy playing the games in shambles. Where are we supposed to go now? PES? Ain't nobody playing that game. But do I have a solution to this reverse evolution of FIFA? Yes. Riot. Wait. Hypothetically,